What's up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C. And again, we're here tonight for another review of If Loving You Is Wrong. I don't know why I feel like saying the host. It's Loving You Is Wrong. Season 2, what is this? Episode 4. Shout out to my YouTube fam as always. And if you're not from my YouTube fam yet, just go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, and like and share this video. Alright, everyone. I actually was a little bit surprised because what I thought was going to happen is going to happen. Sorry, spoiler alert in the beginning. I first thought Randall was wounded. So some good ass editing the previews. But here's what happened. Now we pick up exactly where we left off. Brad and Randall are wrestling back at the house formerly known as, we used to be happily married, or at least pretend for a long ass time, Randall and Marcy's house, right? So we got, of course, by that time I think we got Alex running over there, and Randall's on top of, Raz some way rustling to make sure the gun. You hear the gun go off. And here we got the lady. Well, I still don't know, forgot the name of the lady with the dog, who is standing there, calling, and Essie is the one who picks up as the operator, for, the call. So anyways, actually, she sits there and she, because she's like, oh my gosh, because she's even asking Brad. I think she calls after she even sees Brad. And I think even Brad probably, I don't know if he still had the gun, I forgot. But she's just like this, Brad, I didn't even know she actually knew them until today. Brad, you okay? You alright? Or something she said. And then she's calling them and telling them, Brad, it's some problem with Brad. I think Brad and somebody got in a fight or something like that. She was letting me know some gunshots, and Brad and this is resident. So she's actually made it even known that it personally has to do with her neighbors and it's pertaining. And I think she even made it kind of firm or hinted that it has to do with that. And still, I'm like, it's Miss Little Nosy Neighbor, I'm going to call her. Is she going to come back again this season? I just want to know. And if something else going to go on again, and is she going to call? I'm just saying. So Essie tells her boss that she got to go and leave, right? And then Essie calls, and if y'all don't know Essie, that's Esmeralda. I don't want to, Eddie's, I want to stalk you. You never going to leave me, ex-wife. So yeah. So on that note, Natalie's at her job. And she calls her, and they're talking about, the gunshots and all this chaos over there in that area again. So Natalie asked to use Jackie's car and stuff like that. And Jackie, I think, was telling her, you know what? You shouldn't ask questions, but you let her know, like, you're going to have to fill up that tank. It's about, it's on E. It's got the gas light on. She didn't say all that, but that's what the heck we were working with now there. So Natalie, they go over there. And on cue, just like Essie was the one who received the call of, some domestic violence or some case going on, some chaos, whatever. Because also around this time, Alex kind of takes Randall off. And it's proven that it's not more so about the Brad thing to a certain point. She's also concerned about Randall because she's still in lust with Randall. Because she basically told Randall, I think I should heard her say, well, she took Randall off, was able to Randall off. Alex kind of rolls on the side because I think it was another gun shop or something. Randall trying to run to her like, are you okay? And then basically Randall's like, get away from my wife or whatever, right? So somehow he gets on the side. It was really quick. Gets where Alex is and kind of Randall's, the side. So it's kind of like, here's Brad's control of what might happen to Randall, if you know what I mean. He's looking at him and, Randall acts like, no, don't do it. He shoots, I think, one or two more times, but it's actually just shooting away because he basically just want to stay away from my wife and stuff like that, right? So like I said, Eddie and Lucius come up there, and already some other, I think another cop car arrives, and they're basically talking about circumstances, and Eddie's like, let me take care of this. This is personal, blah, blah, blah. Because first they actually go, I think, to Brad's house to see how they're doing. And Alex is upstairs, and I think downstairs, and because first Eddie's like this, and even that guy's telling Cole like, well, you got this rookie with, are you sure? He's like, I'm all right, whatever. He covered for me or whatever. So basically, then he tells Lucius to stay with Alex and blah 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 and stuff like that, right? And because when they come back, whatever, and then he sits there and says because I think like I said, Randall didn't at that time actually leave yet. Like I said, it was so much going on the first scene. So he's basically asking, like, how are they doing? And he asks Randall, did you do anything to him or nothing like that? Oh, that's what I'm saying, is they didn't know how Randall was yet. And, Brad is like, no, he's still alive. And then, Eddie just looks like this. Like, I mean, he was just so relieved. Like, he's just seeing cotton candy and everything. The reason why I say this, because he just was so in delight, because he was actually more proud of him that he let him suffer, he thought. and was like basically like, oh, so you tortured him. I'm so proud of you. I'm actually more ecstatic that you actually have done this stuff. I'm like, Eddie has no screws in the head. Does he even blink his eyes? I mean, I think he does, but you seldomly see it. He don't blink his eyes like the average human being is supposed to. It's just, it's somewhere. It's just like an android or something. That's just, I don't know. Okay. Eddie's from here, but he's not here. I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I know I'm plugging a different area, but I'm thinking about Rashid the ATL. Anyways, but what I'm saying is that he's basically like this. I'm gonna take care of it. Alex, of course, comes in there with an ice pack, and Lucia just, Lucia follows her because that's what, he's trying to do anyway. But he's trying to get both sides. And then they go over there, like I said, around this time where, also I think Lucius is asking him. He asks him like Randall, like what the heck happened, because of course they went across the street. And at that time, they asked Randall what happened. Here's Randall's talking about, oh, my father's boat and stuff like that. And even Lucius was kind of like, because like that time, because Brad is so mad, also around the same time, because, Eddie's going to say he's going to take care of it, so we already know what the hell that means. Alex trying to give him some ice, he just throws it on the side and stuff. It's like Alex is kind of like so much in shock. But her friends, I guess, the reason why I say I guess, because it's not as cool, of course, Marcy at the moment, or at all. Natalie, like I said, SR Carnaby there again on their way for Alex. Did Marcy change her number or some shit? Because, I mean, based on if y'all watch this episode, I'm wondering, did she change her number? She not answering or nothing? And what I gather is nobody's thinking about Marcy. What about Marcy? But anyways, so when Lucius asking these questions, Randall's just like this, because Lucius saying, somebody gonna get arrested now, somebody gonna tell what the heck is going on, blah, 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 whatever, right? So he's basically saying, like, they broke in, my door's in, blah, 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 we gotta hustle, something like that. But by this time, here comes Eddie, basically in terms like, you know what, threatening that you're gonna get these handcuffs one way or the other, okay? Or you're gonna have to take the fall one down, you the one this is your gun. I mean, basically saying, like, blame Miranda for it. First, Miranda was like, what? And then he's like, kind of put him, Eddie basically said the words like, he has no choice. Even Lucia's like, what are you doing? It's kind of like it was the saying, what are you doing? What are you doing? But when this is when Alex's mistake was, again, it's like, she just wouldn't shut up. Now, Brad is outside. Now, you still trying to beg him to keep leaving, don't leave, or whatever, to keep from leaving, or whatever I meant to say. And she's still, like, when she sees Randall's in the handcuffs, when Ellie finally gives him the handcuffs, he's kind of like, you could tell behind him, like, kind of messing with him, with his arms and everything, whatever, right? Like, if he could have, if there was no witnesses, he was going to bop him in the head with the gun, then put him in the back seat. Or trunk. But here go Alex, talking about something. He's not resisting. He's not resisting. So, of course, Brad is paying attention to this because he's riding the porch. Maybe she wasn't paying attention or whatever, or just was tuning it out, or maybe it's a very large-ass porch. But he was right there and hearing her, and she's sitting here telling Eddie. Because while she's going to the house, Eddie even got to the point where he's basically saying, you get back in the house. And she's like, you don't talk to me that way. And he's like, get your whole ass back in the house. You know how Eddie is any different way. What? Huh? And whatever, how Alex was, because in a way, it's almost like she didn't know that that happened 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 times, and how it was not her who even put the grade book and put, like I said, the smiley faces and the stickers on which times that, it was an extra day, went extra long time or whatever, But what I'm saying is because actually, they take off with him, of course, and we already know, like I said, it's some mess that's about to happen. By this time, Essie and Natalie come to check on there, and Brad is just talking also in the room. And so, by this time, y'all, they're sitting here trying to comfort Alex. Like I said, I'm just so shocked about how this thing is. Alex is like, I don't know, because she's completely innocent, she's married, and she has children. And maybe, but also so does Kelly. But at the same time, what I'm saying, and maybe because, here's the thing here, at least in what I know of, I don't know if Kelly's ever been married before, as of yet. Marcy's married, but she doesn't have children. But it could be said, well, Natalie has never been married, I don't think they're neither. But it seems like, for some reason, because Alex is supposedly innocent and cookie cutter, I sell Boy Scout and Girl Scout items, Girl Scout cookies, and the caramel popcorn with Boy Scouts type of mom. It's like because she's both a mother and Brad, you know, to have this happy so-called fairy tale relationship. It's almost like these women are in denial as if she didn't do anything wrong. Not to say, you know, if they weren't her friends, they're not supposed to, I mean, they are supposed to call her a mess, but it seemed like they're kind of just acting like in ways if she's the victim. Alright, because they tell everything, oh, you're vulnerable and everything is whatever. So Brad let them know when they're up there trying to explain to him, like, Brad, it was just a mistake or whatever. You know, it was vulnerable, blah, blah, blah. Because I think by that time, Brad had came back in or something, whatever. And, you know, they basically try to make a plea with him and blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, you have to understand. Because Brad is, like, fed up. He basically telling Natty and Ass and Essie, like, did you know about this? And they're like, no, which was true, actually. And, of course, breaking the code, they weren't going to tell him no way that, yeah, we knew about this. Because they even asked him, like, well, how did you feel y'all know this? And, you know, Essie's like, no, we didn't know nothing at all. But they didn't know it was her until the same night when Marcy exposed them with the president and stuff like that with all the Kinko printouts of the thing. So what I'm saying is that actually they didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And then, but Essie is like this, like, you know, Brad is letting him know, like, not only, like I said, they are so now, but like I said, nobody has reached and called Marcy yet, besides, Marcy actually reached out to Kelly, but maybe Constable y'all has Kelly reached out to her? It don't seem like Natalie and Essie have called her neither. I haven't even heard a voicemail message with a beep afterwards, nothing. So, they're trying to explain Brad, it's like, oh, it just was a mistake and stuff like that. And Brad had to let them break it down to him like, no, mistake? What do you mean mistake? Did you tell me we got a grading system and she had smiley faces and stars and stuff like that or whatever? And, and he bought him a gift card on this day when he did the best good job or whatever and stuff like that. I'm surprised that he didn't get out the book. Because even when he said to let me know, like, he prefers him over Randall over him, and she really prefers sleeping with him as opposed to, and she like he giving him A pluses and stuff, and give me these, and here go the women still, Essie and Allie, all like, oh my gosh, that's not true, is it, Alex? She don't seem like the type of person. What? Now it's just been discovered that she is Pepper. It's been months since she's been sleeping with supposedly her friend's man, also her husband's best friend. Okay? And they're shocked if she made a grade system? I can't. Oh gosh, like why? I'm just saying, it's like these women are so now and they have Alex in a certain, like, you can't touch this type of persona, or like, you know, like on this pedestal and have this protection, like, you know, that she's innocent even when she's guilty. So they telling Brad to forgive her and all this stuff, and even no, Essie was, and she's like, even it takes months in a year, and then that threw it off because I think she was talking about within the year, maybe ago she's been dealing with Eddie or whatever. Because I don't recall, and maybe it'd be different, but I could have sworn it was months, but it hasn't been a whole year since she's been messing with Randall. Maybe round about, but I don't think it has. And of course, Brad picked it up like, you said a year. Here go, oh, I'm sorry, blah, blah. She still kept trying to explain, I don't mean a year. It's just my fault. I don't know, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, Essie, you should have shut up when you should just let him vent. You know, because he already tell her to get out. You know, Alex is like, no, I want to work it out. And all this other stuff. We know how Alex been since episode, 1? Or damn near the end of the credits of episode 1 of the season. No, what are you talking about? I want to, no, you're not leaving. I'm not leaving here, and I don't want you to leave, blah, blah, blah. And but it's like this, you know, I'm going to make your life a hell if you stay here. And it's like I said, they're still trying to be comfort and calm her down, but they're, like I said, they're trying to stand. Make a long story short, because even like, they're, you know, they're trying to, Natalie, and I think Ann or Essie was explaining, like, to Brad, like, you talking about her leaving, you know, your kids miss, you know, like, your kids can't stay at Kelly's all at the time, whatever. So, in the end, Brad decides to do this, because he's basically like this, I've been stupid for love, whatever. She purposely did this to me. Like I said, they try to make Alex seem like I said, in a way, it was innocent, it was just some random mistake you just make every day. So, Brad, of course, is like, forget it, I'm leaving. Of course, you know, Alex was trying to go after him again. And, you know, of course, they stopped her from doing so and had her sit down. And, you know, even Natalie had said to her, like, you know, you made your bed and you need to lie and stuff like that. Like, you know, because, you know, Alex still like, of course, we're going to say disbelief, whatever. But at the same time, she continues to act like, in the way, and so as these friends ain't helping either, like she's kind of innocent, whatever. So, you know, they kind of like, you know, be there, calm, kumbaya moment still about the circumstances. Just take it from there. And, yeah, that was generally the conversation. I'm sorry, y'all probably go over some points, whatever. But it was an interesting episode. It just, me personally, it was like not a lot of stuff I had to highlight this episode. Yeah, I'm still going to talk. But, so we have that going on. So around this time, Eddie, which I thought maybe he dropped Lucius off, whatever. They will go to some type of forest area. And, of course, she ran to the back of the car. And, you know, first, you know, Lucius still keeps trying to tell Eddie, like, man, what is you doing? What are you doing? And stuff like that, right? So Randall even had nerves to say to Eddie, while he's still in handcuffs, man, if I didn't have these handcuffs off, you know, Eddie, of course, is like, okay, maybe take the handcuffs off, whatever, right? And you go do what you do. And, you know, Eddie lets us know that his mouth is his weapon. Because just like we seen last season, either Eddie just was caught off guard or he really don't know. He ain't about this. Okay? Like I said, that badge and that mouthpiece is really his weapons because as soon as he let go, Randall, pow, pow. Okay? Twice. And, you know, 2 seconds later, here goes, of course, Eddie pulling off his gun and drawing on it. And then Lucius was right behind Eddie, like, drop your gun and stuff like that, right? And I think around that time, here go Eddie's like, you know what? You go ahead. You go ahead. I'm ready to die. I'm ready to die. I'm just like, damn it. I'm thinking, did Eddie snort some more coke or whatever before even getting to that house? That's all I have to say. Because, I mean, he still was on one. Alright? Really bad. And, you know, Lucius just gave some things to Randall. Because, you know, Randall got, he got his hand down because he off the handcuffs. And Lucius basically said like this. Like, you go ahead. Well, I still got the gun pointed like this towards Eddie. Like, you go ahead. And you run. That's what I'm telling you. Alright? And Randall runs all the way back home, I guess. And he puts Eddie on the car. Lucius still got the gun or whatever. It's like, what the hell is wrong with you? And it's like this here. He basically then tells Eddie why he's still whatever this. But like I said, Eddie didn't really put up a fight also because he had a gun on it. But he ready supposed to die. And Lucius like this. Just like how he tried to play about the damn Bedford sandwich. Which he still should got his ass kicked about that. Eddie's like this. And, you know, after Lucius puts the gun down, whatever. Lucius like this. You know what? When we get back, you know, back to, you know, the working place, whatever, back at the station, whatever. He's like, basically like this, you know what? I want to tell the captain, you need to find another partner. And Eddie's just like, you know, I was just playing, dog. I was just playing. What? Damn, is that the way you play? Really? You know, the fact that sometimes you get your ass kicked or killed? I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? But he's still talking major stuff. Because it's killed, he was just trying to loosen up and blah, 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 and all this other stuff. And Lucius just like this. You know, because, you know, Eddie still talks to Lucius like this. The only reason why I tolerate this job, I tolerate you and your mess to a certain point, is because I'm trying to keep this job, okay? But, you know, he basically let him know in the end, like, you know, I'm sick and tired of your mess and enough is enough. You keep this up here, you know, I no longer deal with this job or deal with you or you'll get dealt with something, if you know what I mean. Something along those lines. So Eddie is still talking smack. I don't know by the time I'm going to be. He's just like this. Now he's calling Lucius as one of his 3 eeny miny mo bitches, okay? First, he said Essie is, of course, one of his bitch. Leonda is also his bitch. And now he's Lucius trying to bitch. And then, of course, he goes back to the car. This is why, like I said, Lucius still talking to him, letting him know, even though the gun's down. Like, you know, just letting him know. But see, Eddie, even though he's talking stuff like he likes it, he kind of met his match in terms like, you know, since Lucius is a rookie, but Lucius is not about to play that jump with Eddie. And like I said, Eddie not only had to deal with getting his ass, being intimate, kissing with the dirt and grass last season when, you know, Essie's ex, fought him, but he had a drive-by on his house. And he seems to, and he made, but, you know, you made sure you see how the dad had to apologize, you know, that dude's Daddy, he apologized for whatever. That's what he wanted in terms of that. And, it's still, if the daddy dies, that dude may come back, okay, in season 3 or something. I'm just saying that, Eddie maybe will also, since he got a drug problem and all this other stuff, he may be tuning it out. But I'm just saying is, like, Eddie talks so much smack and he gets away with so much stuff, but to a certain point, he don't. You know what I mean? And, that's why I talk more. Because, like I said, not only that, wasn't last season, that's how Lucia got the job. A kid, he ain't paying attention. A child pulled a gun out of him. He could just pop and nobody give a damn. I'm just saying. So, he basically tells him, after that comment, Eddie tells him, you can get in the car after saying that bitch coming right. He's lucky that Lucius didn't, like, just smack him, whatever. But Lucius thought about it. Maybe he thought about walking too, but he thought about it and got in the car with him. So I think that's the end of that part, whatever. Like I said, I know I'm just scarcely going through everything. So around this time also, y'all, Marcy is showing a house. And the way the house is, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, first off, she was up there showing her how it was a house damn near similar to hers. Because when she was telling this couple, and they're expecting, a child, she's saying a sentimental place, and is a house that almost damn near asking about for $1 million. But they're trying to, settle where she can say that maybe she'll talk to the owner of the house, seller, whatever, and, about getting down. And they're saying, and the husband, whatnot, or, the husband, I think, was saying, well, you know what? I mean, the future possible owners of the house, he's the one to do $900,000. And she said she's going to call the person, because she likes talking about sentimental value. The couple was married in the backyard. And I first thought maybe that's how the same way her and Randall might have got married. And they have a nursery. The kids were born in the house. And here's the wife is pregnant. And here's they got this house. And here they have, this baby on the way. And their babies were in. They're just like, oh, we can't wait for our babies here. Ooh, this is so nice. And so I already know that that's going to click with Marcy. And it's surprisingly that she's able to go work so soon, considering all what the hell has happened. But we don't know the duration. I know it's like the next day afterwards. But she just kind of went back, kind of worked as soon as if nothing occurred. Everybody, it's a couple people that are tuning out stuff that shouldn't be tuning it out. You know what I mean? So, in this case, so as soon as, they go back in the house, they want to look, like I said, a room for the nursery. That's when Marcy breaks down again. She's kind of almost breathing and stuff like that. And first she calls her mom, or tries to. And then she ends up calling Kelly. And Kelly, around this time also, I'll get to the last part. I mean, I know I'm always usually going by characters and not the sequence of orders and things. Sorry, y'all. But Kelly goes with Alex's kids to go where Marcy, because Marcy asks, could you please come here at such and such address? She basically needs her there. Because around that time, Alex also calls her back. I guess she left messages about, basically like, we gonna keep your kids. Your kids keep asking questions and stuff. But in a nice way. And, Alex is like, bring them back now. And, but Kelly's still trying to make sure she's okay. Even though Alex is trying to ask her even how she's doing. Kelly's like, considering my circumstance compared to yours, it's going to be on you. But Kelly did ask this. Did you feel, are you mad at me, basically? Do you feel some type of way towards me? Are you mad or no? Or something like that. And Kelly, like I said, Kelly, like I said, was being peaceful with, but you could tell she had a little guilt on her face, especially how everything just went down. But also, Alex informed that Brad and Randall did get into fighting about the gunshots when went down, because Kelly didn't even know what even that was going on, okay? But Alex says this. She's actually relieved because she wasn't strong enough to end it. And the real reality is, in the end, it was, I guess she's like, either, if it wasn't for her, it kind of helped it come out because she was just too strong to end. We knew it was she too strong to end it because she has repeatedly said it's over a couple times, we should stop. And then he still texts her, and then she has at least once a couple times has went back in the shed a couple nights even afterwards, And even though she somewhat ended it then, if Marcy didn't come in / Kelly kind of indirectly hint and found out it was Pepper and all this other stuff, but not directly, it's like, I'm showing direction, but I'm not pointing type of thing. She would eventually would have liked it, and Randall probably would have found some way to bang her in their house and act like nothing happened. Because that's the point he was getting. He was not caring. So, but like I said, Alex just said things. So, like I said, Kelly takes once she hears a message from Marcy, when she gets that phone call, she goes to where Marcy's at. And Marcy, all of a sudden, as soon as Kelly comes back there, that's just for the part where Marcy is just breaking down and stuff like that or whatever. She's like, it just hit me. It just hit me. We were married. We had a house. He used to make love with me all the time. I still smell his, Axel Wilson cologne, cologne in my car. He's not leave. He's still there. He's promised he loved me, will always love me, everything. Why? How do we get to this point? Why? And like I said, Kelly just hugging her, being there for her, and she's just visually putting her heart out about the circumstances that's going on with that, and what am I going to do next? One of them type of things. So basically, that's what Kelly is there just to help her calm down with that, all right? But it's a little bit later on, right? Brad is, like I said, has left at that time. Now it's dark time. And Randall is trying to fix on the door. But like I said, Kelly, like I said, was comforting me, stuff like the Marcy stuff like that. But still, I'm kind of wondering. Well, we see in the next episode, I will say this, y'all. Marcy must have had... Sorry, y'all. Marcy must have some good ass weed or something like that, because next episode, or drunk some more wine, because she looks like she is sat there and went to the Mac store and got, a whole face done and got her hair done and sitting there like really about to go up. She's like, she's about to get some, and it seemed like in the preview she's asking Brad. At least that's what we think. But all of a sudden, Randall is looking at the window to see and left a voice message first on Alex's phone. Oh, I just wanted to see everything okay and you're alright. And by the way, I forgot to mention, when Lucius was like on top of Eddie's head about his crazy behavior, also known as "not putting a gun on you because you on some stupid shit," I like to inform that also he told Eddie this, like, dude, you're on some foul stuff. This is right before Eddie said this bitch comment. Sorry, if y'all know this already, I don't take notes. If it pops in my head, it pops in my head. Right, so sorry, y'all. I don't know why this camera weirdly be cutting off if it's 20-something minutes. But yeah, so like I said, like I said about the letting him know about the part about, like I said, that's a big thing too. Eddie thinks he can pull some strings, but Lucius basically let him know, like I said, that Randall can report them as well too, because he knows links, he's got the leads too, he's got connects or whatever, how Eddie be sometimes talking, he be trying too freaking hard. Alright, so on that note, it's just that we seem to notice that, like I said, Eddie was still talking smart to my little bitch comment. So the last part of fast forward again, Randall again is still, it's like nighttime, whatever. Going back to that, I'm just making sure I remember everything. But Randall again wants to look through Alex's windows, and Alex is the time and got them. Well, maybe she just don't have her bedroom windows open, whatever, right? I mean open, whatever, curtains. Randall decides to call, leave a voicemail message as if like he was just concerned about her, as if he just seen her, like it was just something so minor, like, like nothing has changed. You know what I mean? Like he just tunes out everything his damn self. Alex picks up the second time. I don't know if she know the first time. And then all of a sudden, Alex goes over there and marches. And somehow goes to, I guess, the front door. He still didn't put no damn screw that door thing. Because she walked in like there was no problem. Or like maybe how she used to do anyway when they fooled around in the shed. She just like this. Don't you ever call me again. Stay away from me. Because of you, I hate you. It's because of you I'm losing my husband. I'm thinking, sweetie, you also had a part of it as well. But in a way, it's like Randall doesn't think he did nothing wrong, I guess, to a certain point. Alex don't think she has nothing wrong at a certain point, and somehow she thinks she's the victim, and he basically is abusive with the words and the vulnerability, and she don't know how they got there, and she was in a vulnerable state, and she got Natalie and someone else who was co-signing that she was somewhat vulnerable or whatever. And then Brad, who could have been coming back, maybe he calmed down, or maybe he was going to change his outfit, or when he came back, and then when he could have seen her go across the street as if, basically he said, bitch, you mean to tell me, he probably thought his head, you couldn't wait until at least I kind of like checked in at the hotel tonight or got an extra day. Whatever. He was just kind of like could have seen that because he came over there and was like, oh, okay, something, something, whatever. Oh, well, look what we had here type of thing. And that's when it went to the end of the credits. And that's it, y'all. Y'all plus week plus night plus weekend. But like I said, it kind of ends where Brad ends up coming over there as well. Or, you know, like I said, we already know maybe Brad changed his mind again. Because first, even though Eddie thought he did, you know, did kill him off or whatever, set it up. Brad, even though he was angry and then he thought about it, is he deep down inside, he don't have, you know, he has something called emotions. And what I mean by, you know, emotions, whatever, and think thoroughly, like, he was mad, but he can't really sit there and feel comfortable and, you know, be like Eddie and, you know, and just be all hyping stuff after killing somebody or attacking somebody or something. You know, he can't be like that. But anyway, y'all, we'll see on the next episode how it goes. But y'all, pleasant week, pleasant night, pleasant weekend. I definitely see y'all next video. Y'all take care.